The importance of council approving that 7-minute fire response target?
But that's not exactly what council did. Do you need a Mayor Nenshi Explains moment?
Please.
Okay. So, council very clearly affirmed today that we believe in emergency response. We believe in one target for the entire city, that there cannot be a two-tier system. However, council also said, look, we've got to be reasonable about this. You can't wait until a fire hall is built and fully staffed before you build the first house in most neighborhoods. So council gave administration a bit of flexibility to work with new neighborhoods on a strategy to get to that citywide target over a period of time. So the difference between this and past practice is that strategy has to be there. You know, in the past we sort of started and then kind of got to the fire hall later, and what council is saying is you got to have a strategy of when and where you're going to get to the fire hall. So there may well be some neighborhoods where you actually do want to build the fire hall right away with house number one, because maybe it opens up a whole bunch of land and it allows you many, many years of development going forward. There are other neighborhoods where you kind of go, you know, it's very close to an existing neighborhood. I don't actually need the fire hall until I build to the very edge of the new neighborhood, so I can do it later. And that's really what council decided today.
A hospital notwithstanding, is Seton a good example of that? I mean, the fire hall was basically out in a field by itself for a good period of time.
Seton is a good and a bad example. It's a bad example because the city was forced to build it because of the hospital being there long before we normally would have. However, on the other hand, we actually were able to open up a lot of land for development in Southeast Calgary because the fire hall was there. So these are the kinds of things we got to debate through. You know, the converse example is Tuscany, which lived outside of council's range for many, many years, and we're just now building a fire hall there. I'm not sure we would repeat that experience.
But how important in these new areas with construction, to me it's a high chance of fire in these new areas because of building and stuff, and lots of things have happened.
Yeah, remember that this isn't just about fire, it's even more important about emergency medical response. And so that's a very good point, is that even while construction is going on, people are still working there every day. And they may well be working there in a high-risk position for fire or for medical response. So these are all the things we have to consider.
Folks, I have to wrap this up.
If the plebiscite idea for the Olympics comes to a vote, what do you think about that? Do you think we need a plebiscite in Calgary to gauge public opinion on this issue?
In my opinion on this hasn't changed. We need robust public engagement. We need to really talk to people and get an idea of what they're thinking. I'm not opposed to a plebiscite, but there are 3 conditions that have to be met. Somebody's got to pay for it. It's $2 million and it's not going to come out of the existing budget, so we've got to find the money. Number 2, the plebiscite has to be on a specific proposal. It can't just be, do you love the Olympics or do you want the Olympics? It has to be on, here's what the feds are putting in, here's what the province is putting in, here's what the city's putting in, this is what the benefit we think we'll get is. Do you approve of that or not? And number 3 is there's a very, very tight window of timing, which is the plebiscite really can't happen much before October, and it can't happen much after early October, or we're too far into the process. I think there are other ways to get public engagement. If council wants a plebiscite, I'm not particularly opposed, but those challenges have to be met.
Who is the somebody, though, the $2 million vote in the IOC? Who, if this comes to pass, who in your mind pays the $2 million?
I think the people who want a plebiscite have to pay for it. So if the city is the one saying, we got to have a plebiscite, we got to find $2 million out of city money.
And a simple yes or no question, should we bid, like Councillor Chu seems to be pushing for? You don't think that would work?
No, because what does that mean? Does should we bid mean I'm putting in $5 or $5 billion? It really has to be something like, should we accept this deal from the federal and provincial governments and the IOC with our money as well to host the Olympics? That's a terrible question, but it has to be much more specific than that.